The Iranian APT has a command and control server. You will see they have a weaponized malware. They have the phishing attack from the campaign. They also do the denial of service attack. They do some exploits. And also the cryptojacking versus the defense of depth in telco. Okay, you will see the difference between the threat actor, Iranian, versus the telco, the defense of all security solutions that they have. And you will see the tactics, tools, and procedure of this Iranian threat actor. Mostly they use the phishing attack, whether they do campaign for the SMS, they do for the mail, and they do the social engineering attack, the techniques. And also because the drive-by download attacks, by using a redirection of malicious payload. And mostly they create zero-day exploit and also zero-day malware. One problem right now, only one stupid employee click, mostly by these three kinds of tactics, by using by any phishing attachment or going to the redirection, the zero-day malware, and the zero-day exploit kin. So there's also a lateral movement attacks that's happening. Even they have the complete solution. Okay? Even they have this is a silent and persistent and destructive. And how we conduct the digital forensic. Okay, the zero-day malware, mostly the malware undetected for 3 years from their Windows Server and Linux Red Hat, Enterprise Linux. And we use the threat detection by using the YARA rules. So YARA rules is a complete also for detection of this kind of TTPs within the malware hash and the IOC and also the behavioral. And also the Sigma, which is the YARA rules for the SIM. Okay? And if you will see, Iranian threat actor use Arabic word with no file signature based on the detection usually found in both Windows and Linux. You will see the timestamp and also the properties, and they use also the Arabic file name. Okay? So instead of English, they use Arabic file name. Okay? A part of their obfuscation. And we do also the virus total. We upload this file, this Arabic file, to virus total, and no one can detect this kind of hash. And for the static analysis, we use the static studio, the P studio, so that we can know the MITRE attack and the behavior of this file. And after that, we do the reverse engineering. So if you know the binary ninja or Ghidra that used for reverse engineering of malware, you can see the C2 during the reverse engineering. And we get the C2. When we found the C2, the IP address or the domain they use, we try to check via the WAP whoop in Kali Linux. So WAP whoop is one to detect if there's any WAP that usually reside in their domain or IP. So we check it's under also in their WAP protected. And we do directory enumeration for this their C2. So the directory enumeration, they open the door, a folder that usually another script, another zero-day script, then we get immediately, so that we can do the reverse engineering and do some malware analysis. So this is really the threat actor things. Even the C2, they already protected by the WAP. Okay? And the problem in this Iranian threat actor, they open the doors, one of the folder. Then after we get that, they already close. Maybe they're waiting for another doors about to open. So part of the investigation, we track this also the Iranian threat actor. So this is the name of the group that usually track based on our malware analysis, both for static and dynamic. And we saw the Solabisable Alpha team tracking in the Telegram also. They share in the Telegram any weaponized script, then we download it so that we can also study what kind of TTPs or MITRE attack they do. So we got all this in the Telegram also by part of the tracking of the Iranian threat actor. We call it the Alpha team. And if you see, they have a YouTube. They have also a YouTube channel, this Alpha Team, the Iranian threat actor. And also in GitHub, they also have a GitHub for this group of Iranian threat actor. Another thing we found also in their C2, their directory of all script they use. So we get all the scripts so that we can do the study, okay, the indicators of attack rather than going to the indicators of compromise. So all the script, we do the research and also we do the study on how they do the attack, okay? And also, we also check in their X about one of the person that usually said, Saul said in Invisible, this young guy. So as part of our OSINT. So that we know that most of the threat actors very young, doing any intelligence gathering to the other countries. So what usually our lesson learned, guys, for this? So we need to strengthen the human culture firewall, okay? Social awareness, like example, this October, because of the cybersecurity awareness training, so we need to strengthen the human firewall. And we need to leverage positively the threat intelligence. So we have a sharing of threat intelligence, like using an alien bolt or other, like Talos, to do some threat intelligence, especially for this kind of threat actor by the APT, Iranian. And also develop a use case for the zero-day malware, okay? Nobody works for the zero-day malware exploit use case on how you deal it if this file is undetected, right? Then another is you need to patch and vulnerability intelligence, okay? Then mostly you need to monitor also dark web monitoring on how these threat actors, what is their next move or what is their next attack, okay? Or what kind of industry. And also you need to simulate a red teaming on how you to deal about this kind of zero-day cyber attack. And another thing, use a threat hunting tools because the Yara and Sigma rules. Okay? So this is usually the lesson learned of mostly the telco in the Philippines did not detect by their solution. That's why we do the DFIR so that we'll see. So I have a tool that usually share to you guys so that I can you to appreciate on how to detect the zero-day. So I created this tool with us to detect the zero-day. We call it the Advanced Threat Hunting and Forensic Scanner. So I'll share to your community just to see to you that this tool is very also effective. Okay? This is usually I created using a Python script. So usually this tool can detect mostly a zero-day. They have a 43 million hash, a malware hash. Based on for the honeypot that I use for the BPS, it can scan the Android package kit or the APK on a mobile application. If there's a malware or C2, it can also scan the archive and also the pickup, the packet capture analysis for your network. So it detects in any C2 obfuscated, and also it can scan firmware if you're doing the IoT and OT. And also, it can detect steganography technique. So steganography technique is usually the threat actor use is detecting from picture having a payload. Okay? So I'll give you some demo here. So I need to scan a folder or drive just to make you an idea. So it's now scanning right now. So this is an offline. Mostly the blue team usually upload always in the sandbox, like usually sa VirusTotal, Eneran, Hybrid Analysis, Joe Sandbox. That the problem is you already upload. If this file is confidential, it should not be allowed on the PII. So if you see the findings here, you can detect also the steganography technique. So it's based on the IOC, indicators of compromise, hash, and C2 and obfuscated. So this is really the C, and you will see in the report. Okay. So this is really this report. Based on the scanning, you can also see based on the critical, high, medium, and also recommendation. And also they have also a chart. And the good thing, it do a forensic mode. Like example, like 7C, you can see what usually inside of the archive, and you can check also the IPA. It's usually the macro, if you develop mostly for the Android, for the Apple. And also the good thing you can detect is steganography technique. So steganography technique usually bypass DLP, or data loss prevention, right? Mostly this kind of technique, they hide payload, they hide any file in the picture, right? Picture, HTML, video, and this bitmap has also with a payload, so it can detect this tool. So I'm happy if you want to get this tool to share so that you can see. This is has a 43 million hash that can detect usually a malware hash that you can use to detect any zero-day or APT based on the YARA rules and also the IOC based on the base 64 obfuscated and also C2IP. Okay? So thank you for this tool. Yeah.